Good morning, choppers, and welcome back to the Nathan Ivey Show. The Nathan Ivey Show is sponsored by UC Health. UC Health, Cincinnati's only academic health system.
It was the voice of a courageous explorer, a man dedicated to the pursuit of man's knowledge and the expansion of his horizons.
Good morning. Here is Nathan Ivey.
NathanIvey.com. Mr. Ivy know the show must go on. As far as Cincinnati, man, I put on. Tunes made another flame beat for me to cook on. Raised dogs, close fish, yeah, too strong. Team AI, chop it up at the chop shop. Top notch with the king flow, the hot shot. Cops watching, listen to the real. Jumping like hopscotch, nobody harder than, oh, no, think not. Not only citywide, but nationwide. Superlatives, keep it locked like them Haitian guys. Put the truth in the airwaves, we talk about it. Brand new like the tip plates, let's be about it. Who got the info by the AM? Jono be the rapper, got them jamming when they play him. Staying in my lane, they ain't gotta okay him. Who the host with the scoop? Yeah, they gon' say him. Ivy, so superlative like a bag of drippos. Show you where the bricks at, Cincinnati red tag. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at. It's the 513, yeah, you know the flow. What's the word, Nate? Let them know the show. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at.
Broadcasting live from Cincinnati, Ohio, here's the king of superlative flows, Nathan Ivey.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Broadcasting live from the Queen City. Today is Thursday, November 17th, 2016. Back from my hiatus, politicking on the latest. Let's get back into it, shall we? Good morning, choppers. Let me throw a few numbers at you. And you can use these numbers to dial into the show this morning. 513-873-7134. Can you hear me? I want to be heard. If you want to be heard, that's the number you should use, 513-873-7134. For the folks who might be picking up my voice for the first time this morning, or perhaps you're listening to this, the show's on several platforms. Perhaps you stumbled across the show within the last 24 hours. My approach is simple. Inform, engage, enlighten, and in some cases, enrage. Good morning to you. What's up, choppers? Let's get back into it. First, we must start here. The do's and don'ts. You know me, this show will never just be about politics. I've got numerous interests, and talking about politics is just it's too damn boring. Okay, it's just too damn boring. I can't do it. There's so many things going on. And this morning, many hours ago, I came across a video of a man who, he pulled a Mitch move. Let's call it what it is. And there's a famous old school song, right? And the chorus sings, everybody plays the fool. Everybody plays the fool at some point in their life. I don't care who you are. Hell, Halle Berry got cheated on. That's irony, because I'll be talking about Eric Benet in just a second. Even Halle Berry got cheated on. That's why I've told women over the years, if your man cheats on you, you've been good to him, you've been faithful to him, you done gave this man picked him up when he was on his last leg, he gonna cheat with you with this skank? How dare he do that? Don't take it personal. That's people. Don't take it don't internalize it. I'm not beautiful anymore. Oh, I did pick up a freshman 15, and then I picked up I picked up 30 pounds after our first kid. You know, don't do all that stuff. Ain't do all that. And if somebody steps out on you, more than likely, I'd say 99.9% of the time, that's a reflection of who they are, not who you are. That's a reflection of them. If you've been true to your vows and they step out on you, that's their problem. Don't internalize it. Okay? Use it to energize you. Use it to wake you up. So I want to play a clip for you. You can find this clip. Well, I'll post it. I'll post it on the Nathan Ivey Show page. Again, I'm putting more and more content and more of a focus. I am not abandoning my personal page. I've built a lot of personal relationships over the years. That is very important to me. but for numerous reasons, at the top of the list, because it has a higher capacity to reach more people, I'm putting more and more content on the official show page, The Nathan Ivey Show, okay, on Facebook. I got a clip for you. You got to hear this. And you're going to see more of this, okay? Is this a misuse of technology? It might be. But a man used a drone to catch his wife cheating. I watched the whole thing this morning, all of it. All of it. He narrates it to you. And at the end of the video, he just, he loses it. 18 years! 18 years! Nobody gives a damn about 18 years. I'm telling you. If someone's going to cheat on you, they could be with you 18,000 years. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't stop some man from cheating on you. You can't stop a woman from cheating on you. You're a damn fool to even try. I'm going to play this audio. I want to discuss it with you this morning, at least during the first segment or so of the show, if you're inclined to do so. And I'm going to share with you in specific, okay? And because this is a man, you can hear his emotions in this video. And you're going to hear the audio. You can see his emotions. You can hear his emotions in the audio. See his emotions in the video and hear his emotions in the audio. I'm going to slant my advice to men, to the fellas. Don't act like you too high and mighty to get cheated on. Everybody gets cheated on. Everybody cheats and everybody gets cheated on at some point. I've been there, done it. Girlfriend and boyfriend, I'm 19. You think I'm seriously monogamous at 19? You must be out of your minds. I ain't doing it. Did all of that. Had a girlfriend and had some girlfriends on the side. Proud of it. And you don't like Nathan Ivey because of it. So what? You're lying to yourself. You did it too. You did it too. That's what you do when you got a 4.5 pack. Never quite developed those last 2 packs. I always had a good 4.5 pack though. 20 years old running around here talking about I'm monogamous. Yeah, that's what we tell women. And it's the same thing women running game on dudes. Same thing. Come on, listen, we grown folks now. But you got to hear this. This dude uses a drone. Now, you're like, what's a drone? A drone is one of these mechanical devices that fly up in the air. And it also has a video camera. And in some cases, it has microphones as well. Now, this is 2016. I would say 20 years from now, when you go outside and look up into the night sky, you're going to see all kind of drones. You're going to see all kind of things whizzing by. All kinds of things. That's where the future is going. Your pizza is going to be delivered by a drone. Your UPS packages are going to be dropped off by drones. Your mail is going to be delivered by drones. Okay? Personal and commercial use, governmental use, they're going to be there. Okay? Within the next 20 years. Hell, some of you might be deciding to purchase a drone for your children, for your grandchildren, for your baby boy and them, for your nephews, for your nieces. I want a drone. Not that I want to surveil the wifey because I don't have no time for that. But because I think it'd be cool. I take it to the park. I take it to a little junior, give him the controls. Father, daddy, father-son moments, father-daughter moments, right? That'll be great. But check this out. This guy uses a drone. And in the video, I mean, this drone had to be at least 300-400 feet in the air. And he follows her one day when she leaves home. And she walks around the corner and meets some dude at a CVS. And then dude just loses it. Fellas, this is a great example of what not to do. What not, N-O-T, all capitalized letters. What not to do if you find that your lady friend has been cheating on you. Check this out.
Hey guys, I'm Yaug, and recently I found out that my wife's been cheating on me. Yep, great, right? I caught her meeting a guy only a few blocks from my home, and I got it on video. Here's the video. All right, so we're going to pick this up right here. She leaves our home, and she's going to end up walking all the way down here and around to the CVS parking lot up there. I'm going to fast forward it, even though it's in fast motion. Otherwise, we'll just be here forever, and it'll be a long, boring video. Right here, where she's walking this way, usually she walks this way to go to work over here. So when I first saw this, I knew something was up, and I started to get a little bit upset. And sure enough, she was going to meet this sucker. And here she is waiting at the intersection, waiting at the light for what it seems like forever. And here she is taking her hair out. She's got to make herself look pretty. Got to make yourself look pretty for the guy you're about to cheat on your husband with, right? Yep. Make sure your hair is all nice. She's brushing her hair. I don't even know what she's doing. She's making her hair. She's pulling her hair out, making sure it looks all nice for this sucker.
She don't brush her hair for me.
Now she walks across the street, and this guy is hiding behind the CVS. And as soon as she gets here, he's going to come out. So I'm assuming she's on the phone with him. That's the only thing I can assume. Because watch, here he comes. There he is. There's the guy that my wife is cheating on me with. My wife of 18 years. And watch, if you watch carefully, you're going to be able to see 18 years go right down the fucking drain. Watch. If you're not paying attention, you might miss it. Here it comes. There it goes. Boom. 18 years. Gone. 18 years. Gone. 18 years and you just throw it away like that. We had a good marriage. I thought we had a good marriage. Apparently not. 18 years. Well, you.
Did he pound the table? Excuse me, but I've got a different type of sense of humor. That is hilarious. Ow. Oh, man, I don't mean to laugh at that man's pain, but it's more that I'm laughing at his reaction. Fellas, that's what you don't do. That's what you don't do. If you've been good to a woman, let's take it from the top. If you've been good to a woman and she dogs you out, maybe you treated her better than any other man has ever treated her in her life, and she dogs you out. You don't need to bust the windows out of her car. And what you certainly don't do is reveal how you found out that she was cheating. You never do that. You have to compose yourself. Suck the snot back up into your nostrils. Be a big boy about it. Pull your Pete Rose underoos all the way up, nice and tight, and be a man about it. If you catch your lady cheating on you with a drone, you never tell her how you found out. You never. You allow her to believe that you're just omnipotent. I'm all-knowing. I'm like God. You never tell her that. You never tell her. Because once you do, she knows that you got some itch in you. You don't lose your upper hand. Now, you know me. I don't suggest that you ever do anything like that. If you're kind of feeling like, something's different. She smells a little different. Something's off here. Something's off. You just go with your intuition. All this trying to figure it out and all this kind of stuff. If you're not happy, you're not happy. If you're happy, you're happy. You go on with it. Period. I'm not one to go through a woman's, I'm never going through a woman's purse, ever in my life. I never. I'm not going to say I'd rather be dead, but it's never going to happen. With my wife, if we break up, I get another woman, it's never going to happen in this lifetime because I don't care. If you're cheating, you're cheating. I'll find out. I'll deal with you accordingly. Do you think I'm about to be all paranoid at home? I can't watch my favorite shows now because she's doing my me. Hell no. Too busy. Let me get this for you. I've got a suggestion. I'm fully prepared to have this conversation with you this morning. And fellas, don't think you're too big to you to be in that situation. But you never reveal how you find out. Never, ever, ever. Because now she's going to run back and say, he was following me with a drone. She's going to tell all her friends. Okay, you lose the moral high ground. Because now they're going to think you're crazy. He's following me with a drone. See, that's why I was cheating with Billy. Because Billy would never follow me with a drone. He's a real man. See how that works? That is dumb. You never do that. Ever do that. And you know what? Women, here's what you do. You find out your lady's cheating on you with a drone. You've got visual evidence. Okay? You got two decisions to make. You can either confront her with it, or you can bottle it all up and don't say a damn word about it and try to step up and be the man that she really wants you to be. Or, women cheat for multiple reasons. They tell us it's all because of emotions, but sometimes they cheat for excitement. The other dude is just exciting to talk to somebody else. It's exciting to have another relationship going on inside. It don't even always have to be about sex. In some cases, it is about sex. You lost track of the G-spot. She needs more girth. She needs more length. She needs some excitement. Those are the real deal. Okay, deal with it. So you got a decision to make. If you find yourself in that position, if you found out that your lady is cheating on you and you've got visual evidence because you were following her with a drone, Okay? You can decide to tell her, confront her. And if you decide to tell her, you got to ask yourself, are you really trying to keep this relationship going? Or you can just bite it. Zip it. Zip it up. Like Austin Powers said, zip it. Zip it. And bottle it up all inside and just try to step up and be and fill up those holes or whatever that she feels like you're not stepping up for. If you decide to confront your lady, never tell her how you know, ever. Take it to your grave. I know. She'll feel like you're like, I don't know, one of the wizards from the Harry Potter series or something like that. You just have powers. You just know. It'll make you look bigger than life. I'm trying to help you, fellas. Jot this down. Now, ladies have all kind of music that helps them get through tough times. I mean, every woman, every female artist that ever puts out an album has at least one track on that album talking about how some dude did her wrong. And, you know, that music can be very helpful to help you get through stressful times. That's why a lot of people listen to music while they're working out. It can put you in the right frame of mind. You know what I'm saying? The right music, man. Listen, you can run another mile on that treadmill. I'm going to get this fat off of me. Right? Or you can put just 10 more squats. Listen to that saying all the way up, 10 more squats, right? 10 more reps. Same thing when you're going through emotional stuff. Women do it all the time. You don't know it? Oh, yeah. On the way to work, they listen to songs on how to deal with your ass every single day. This is truth. I know these things. And I want to make a suggestion to you. Eric Benet. Eric Benet is one of those black male R&B artists that actually has tracks that will help to empower a man. Okay, it can be the soundtrack for maybe the doldrums in your life. And in particular, he's got a track called When You Think of Me. Okay, and it's perfect for men. All right, when you're in a situation where your lady may have dogged you out. I'm gonna play this for you a little bit, just a little bit. Bear with me. I know it's early. Currently 7:21 a.m. in the Queen City. This is Nathan Ivey Show. I'm trying to get a fella some advice. So what you do is you get that Eric Benet on, and you suck that snot back up in your nostrils. You pull your big rose underoos up, and you big boy it. That's what you do. But you need a soundtrack. Check this out. I can't sing.
Hello, baby, how you been?
Fellas, you play Eric Benet. Check out the lyrics.
Strange to see you coming round when you're the one who put me down. We were such a happy pair, but then another man was there. Forgive me, I don't understand just what you want from me. As you can see, my life's been good. I moved the family out the neighborhood, and all my dreams I've realized.
Someone dogged him out.
To think you said it was a waste of time.
His dreams are a waste of time.
It's hard to make new friends when you're making Benjamins.
Tell me the truth on that one.
Did I hear you say again, you're still thinking of me?
Success is the sweetest revenge, fellas.
Dying, do you break down, crying, do you fall down on your knees?
Pot this down. So here's what you do. You find out your lady friend been dogging you out. The first thing you do is you got to look yourself in the mirror. And you got to get back to being the man that you really are deep inside. The man you gave up in that relationship for 18 years, for 10 years. That's what you do.
But you was on some old material thing. Looks like you're still trying to drive them mad.
Ladies got all kind of anthems. Now we got an anthem.
I didn't know that I could feel so blue. It took some time, but girl, I'm over you. Would have gladly gave my life for you. You should have thought the whole thing through. Oh, those nights with your girlfriend was just a front for you and him.
I've been there.
I was supposed to leave for Honolulu. Leaving your ass was about the best he could do. Dry your tears now, baby, it's okay. I'll introduce you to my fiancé.
Here's my new love.
Excuse me, baby, say again.
That kills them.
You've been thinking of me.
That's all you got to do, fellas. First thing you do is you look yourself in the mirror. You do an honest assessment of where you need to grow for yourself personally. For a lot of fellas, I might suggest you might want to hit the gym. Lose those pounds. Get back in shape. Get back to the man that you have always been, right? Unleash the beast inside of you. It'll drive her wild. It's like, oh, you didn't lost those 30 pounds you were struggling for the last 10 years when you were me to lose? You actually did it? Got a six-pack and all? It'll drive her wild. It'll drive her wild. That's the first thing you do. You get back in the gym. You get strong. Unleash the beast. Where it applies, the second thing you do, and you do these things concurrently, right? Simultaneously. You fix that credit score. Because like Eric says, it's never hard to make new friends when you're making Benjamins. Never. In any language, in any zip code, in any country, in any county in the world. It's never hard to make new friends when you're making Benjamins. Ever. Never, never. That's what you do. That's what you do. You find out your lady's been cheating on you by using a drone. Number one, you don't ever reveal. You never go on Facebook or the internet because no one has sympathy for you. We got our own things going on with our own lives. This man thought that he was somehow putting his lady out there, his wife out there. She's a hoe. And? So what? So and? You just make yourself look weak. So that's what you do, fellas. You never reveal how you found out. You just let her know. It's over. I don't want to do this no more. I feel like you're cheating on me. Well, what do you mean? And you can sit back and delight in the fact that you know she's cheating, but she doesn't know that you actually know that she's cheating. It'll drive her crazy. Literally. No. What do you mean? No, I would never do that. What are you talking about? And all the time, you know she lying. The real her will come out. The real her will come out. You'll get a chance to assess her in a way that is a valuable moment. Don't waste it. Don't waste it, fellas, by giving out the upper hand. You never do that. Ever. Who is this guy, man? My work is just starting. So that's what you do. You put in that Eric Benet track. You let that be the soundtrack of your life as you're getting your feelings, your emotions together, because men have emotions too. You get your body together, okay? Unleash the beast. Unleash that testosterone. Get back to being a man. A man. Say it with me. I am man. Grab yourself. Where applicable, you fix your credit score because Eric said, he said it right there. It's never hard to make new friends when you got Benjamins. Never hard. Ladies like men with money. All of them. Never met one that did not. They can say otherwise. You get back in touch with your dreams. Who did you want to be? Where do you see yourself in your life? And you put yourself on that path. That's what you do. And you move on. And as I've told you, this world is so cruel. This world is so cruel. It's so backstabbing. It's such a dog-eat-dog world out there that the absence of having somebody good in their life has a huge impact. A huge impact. That's all you got to do. Some of these brothers out here wilding out. They want to kill all the kids and then emulsify themselves, let themselves on fire. You think I'm about to light myself on fire? No. Hell no. It's never going to happen. It will never happen in this lifetime. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, if the wife you found out cheating on, I have some emotion about it. Of course, you invest a lot of time, depending on how I feel out, but I would do exactly what I just told you. She would tell you that. Telling me. I'm telling you no BS. That's what you do. That's what you do. Of course, I'm never going to buy a drone. If I buy a drone, I'm going to go out here. It'll be like, I don't know, like a 21st century kite or something. I would take it out with the kids and have a good time at the park. That's what I would do. But again, you will never be able to say that somebody didn't tell you what to do. I've given you the blueprint. Follow it, fellas. That's what you do. Out here blubbering. There's too many women out here, man. There's more women in the world than men. You'll find somebody if you get your body together, get a new hairstyle. Okay, update your look. All right, get your pockets together. All right, go for that promotion on your job. Update your wardrobe. Okay. Update your cologne game. You'll be okay. Trust me. You'll be all right. Especially if you're a good person. You'll be all right. Oh, this garbage out here. Please don't get me started. But that's just me. Good morning to you. That's a hell of a good morning. Currently at 7:30 a.m. Hey, listen, I share. That's what I do. My name is Nathan Ivy. This is the Nathan Ivy Show. I think I need to replay that clip for the choppers who may have just entered the room, heard me going off. You're like, what the hell is Nate talking about? Yeah, you got to hear this clip. A man found out that his wife was cheating because they used a drone to follow her when she left the house to go to work. It's worth your time, folks. It's worth your time. Nathan Ivy, live, local, and vocal. We'll be right back.
Smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Uncle Dan? Mom? Dad? If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them,
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Now back to the show.
The Nathan Ivy Show is sponsored by UC Health. UC Health, Cincinnati's only academic health system. Aging well can be a fun and exciting time in one's life. Over the next 50 years, the aging population will triple. In 2050, the population aged 65 and over is projected to be 83.7 million, almost double the population in 2012. Now, ponder that for a moment. It means that we must begin to understand this process and prepare ourselves for what to expect. That's why I'm happy to tell you about SOACT, serving older adults through changing times. They will connect you to resources and serve as an advocate for the concerns and needs of older adults. SOACT is ready and prepared to help you connect with agencies serving the elderly, expose exploitation, and empower you with information. They offer consulting and training on creating an aging plan, obtaining power of attorney, and how to deal with your parents moving in with you. For more details, call Sandra at 513-861-2790. Again, that's Sandra at 513-861-2790. 861-2790 and visit their website at www.blackage.org. Currently 7:34 a.m. in the Queen City. Good morning, choppers. Let me get to the choppers real quick.
Get to the chopper!
Gotta get to the choppers. Let's run that back, DJ. Thank you. We're back up here. Good morning, choppers. Good morning, everybody. I see Tonika holding down the top spot. How you doing, Tonika? She writes, good morning, Nate and the choppers. Followed by Deborah. Good morning to you, Deborah. Good morning. You can't see it, but a bow in my chair. Rhonda writes, good morning, beautiful people in the chop shop. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Tiffany. What up, John? Tracy, Crutha. Crutha writes, good morning, good morning, good morning, brown skin, listening in. Keisha writes, morning, all. Rico writes, thank God for another one. Morning, choppers. Absolutely. Kiki writes, Irene, Mr. Ivy, hashtag choppers, and Team NI, and 3 lips. Well, it looks like we're getting closer to our first live broadcast, which means it'll be an opportunity for us to all get together. And I've been talking with some folks who, some African American small business owners in the city of Cincinnati. They've got a fabulous place. And wait! I said 4 lips. I see you, Kiki. Just caught my eye. I see that 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Where is this going? I like it though. But African American owned business in the city of Cincinnati could be an opportunity for us. Matter of fact, it may be a real good opportunity for us to get together for the first time. You know, we've been discussing that since we kicked the show off. And that's it. All I have to tell you at this point. Hopefully, when I have more concrete information, I can actually tell you when and where. But very, very shortly, if everything goes the way it looks like, perhaps sometimes next month, as a matter of fact. Yeah, we grow every single day. Don't let these sucker MCs confuse you. Your boy Nate Ivy knows exactly what he needs to do. Exactly. And with your support, we'll get there together. Angela writes, good morning. Dante writes, what's up? Good morning, fam. Let's chop it up. I'm just playing with the music in the background. Dale writes, present. Nate and the Helicopters. Deanna writes, morning. Dale writes, oh, and great morning, family. Shauna, Kushana. How is it that it always comes in the same way? Kushana comes in every time right before Kushana. And Kushana switching up the avatar. I like. Good morning, Robin. She writes, good morning, everyone. Sluggo X Squad affiliate salute. He writes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Carolyn. And Kush, she writes, rise and shine, choppers. Good morning, James. Casey writes, good morning, choppers. Sending positive, powerful vibrations from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I love the avatar. Ed writes, good morning. Fame Up writes, good morning, choppers. What's up, Fame Up? Rhonda writes, happy belated birthday, Brian Groom Sr. This is your birthday song. It's not very long. Fame Up writes, I think I need to visit Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Because of Casey? I understand, but handle your business. I wonder, I'm waiting for the first marriage to blossom out of the chop shop. Kelly writes, good morning, Nathan. Junior, Great Flow. Great Flow yesterday from Fame Up as well. I mean, we disagree, but so what? Great Flows yesterday. And all the calls are bookmarked from yesterday's podcast. If you want to re-listen to yourself maybe on the show, it's right there. You can check it out. Craig writes, what's up, Chop Shop? What's up, Nate? Good morning to you, sir. Rico writes, Jeff Ruby is my Gilligan of the day. Handed out dinners to police and sheriff deputies and said, we need to take care of them because they're being vilified. Police aren't being vilified. Not at all. I don't think that police are being vilified at all. Now, police officers who are killing unarmed black people or unarmed citizens for no reason, they're being called out. But again, what you see in the news is used as an opportunity for multiple peoples on multiple levels, okay, to try. It's like currency. And so Jeff Ruby is using the Black Lives Matter protest as a way to show his allegiance to local law enforcement. That's all that is. But police aren't being vilified. Raise your hand, or better yet, raise your voice. 513-870-1041. 873-7134 if you believe that police are being vilified. I don't believe that. If you shoot an unarmed citizen in the head who is not violent, who's not wanted for anything, you're going to raise the tempers and the concerns and grab the attention of a lot of people. That's it. The officer who killed Philando Castile has been charged. He should have been charged. Philando Castile did nothing wrong. He was, as I understand, a licensed gun owner who never even reached for his gun. They did nothing wrong. And so the man who shot him should righteously be called out in the media, period. Police need to stop the whining. Stop the whining. Because, to be honest with you, if more police had stones behind the closed doors, like back in the locker room at the police academy, and you're willing to drop a dime on one of your brethren or call these people out, then maybe this kind of stuff wouldn't be happening. Stop the whining. Whine, whine, whine. Police on the street go whine, 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 whine. I don't want to hear that nonsense. I don't want to hear it. Let's go to the phone, Sherry. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Who?
Good morning, caller. How are you?
I'm all right.
Welcome.
I was trying to call my son.
You trying to call who?
I trying to call my son.
You just called into an internet radio show. You talking to Nathan Ivey.
Oh, Nathan.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Who is this?
I'm Black. I'm Black Lion's father.
You Black Lion's father?
All right, man.
Hey, you Black Lion's father? Wow. Glad to meet you, sir. You trying to reach your boy?
Say what now?
I said, you trying to reach your son?
Yeah, I was trying to reach him. I don't know why your phone number is in here.
I don't know why. He calls into the show quite a bit. Are you using his phone, or maybe he called me from your phone?
No, maybe he was setting me up for you.
Maybe.
On your show in the morning.
Maybe. Well, glad to have you, sir, nonetheless.
Okay, Nathan, I'm sorry that I got you in the mix there.
You did, but it's all good, sir.
Care.
You too, sir. Take it easy.
All right, take care.
Absolutely. What? Black Lion's father? What is B doing? That was interesting. I'm not upset about that call at all. Not one bit. Now, if you'd like to chime in and deliver a flow on what we're discussing, or maybe you've got a giggling of the week or some other observation or something you want to get off your chest, 513-873-7134. It's a good sign right there. I like that. That's a real good sign. Listen, for folks who missed it, we opened up the show talking about something other than politics and Donald Trump. Okay, and I want to go back to this. If you've just tuned in, I'm going to play an audio clip for you. This is an audio clip of a video that was released to social media, various outlets within the last 24 hours. Okay, and it's an audio clip of a man who used a drone to follow his wife. I guess she was leaving in the morning, going to work, and perhaps he has some suspicions. You ever been in a relationship and you feel like something's just not right? It's just different. And, you know, maybe when you call this person, they're not there, and you've been with them for years or months. And every time you call them at this particular time, they always answer the phone, but now they don't answer the phone, or the phone goes straight to voicemail. You're like, wait a minute. Why is the phone going straight to voicemail? I've been calling you at the same time for the last 7 months. You ever been there before? Or you're around somebody, you've been together with this person or dating this person for a while, and it just feels a little bit off. They're acting different now. A little standoffish. A little different. You know, maybe the normal paths that they take, that you observe them take, they don't take those paths anymore. You know, maybe they're going out at a different time, or maybe it's the dressing a little bit different, or maybe they're snappy with you. See, that's the one thing I hate about people that cheat. And again, I've been here before. I hate the people that cheat. And then when the person that they're cheating on kind of something's not right, they want to snap on you. What you mean? I don't know what you're doing. You ever heard that before? Well, I don't know what you're doing. That's the hallmark of a cheater. Right? I don't know what you're doing. Well, I don't know what you're doing. Well, because I'm in the same spot and doing the same things I've been doing. You're the one changing up your profile, changing up your style. You ever been there before? I've been there before. So this man uses a drone to follow his woman. Fellas, never do this. Never do it. Never go through her purse. Never go through her call log. If she uses your computer and mistakenly leaves her Gmail open, you have to fight the temptation. You got to fight it, but hit that button. You hit that button. Okay, close, sign out. You hit the sign out button quickly. Don't look at anything because it's, snooping on people, I think, is like Pandora's box. Okay, it's almost like it's not like Pandora's box. Well, it is in one case, but it's not the point I'm trying to make. It's almost like sipping beer or wine for the first time. You take that sip. Never drank before. You smoke that joint. You hit that joint for the first time. You like, I like it, and now you keep doing it over and over again. And I think that snooping and going through people's phones and stuff, it's like. People who do that are people who've done it once or twice before and they found something. And so now they just can't resist to keep doing it. I've got to see it because I caught dude last time. I caught her last time. Just don't do it. But enough of me. Check this out.
Hey guys, I'm Yaug, and recently I found out that my wife's been cheating on me. Yep. Great, right? I caught her meeting a guy only a few blocks from my home. And I got it on video. Here's the video. All right, so we're going to pick this up right here. She leaves our home, and she's going to end up walking all the way down here and around to the CVS parking lot up there. I'm going to fast forward it, even though it's in fast motion. Otherwise, we'll just be here forever. It'll be a long
and why you got to bring CVS?
Right here, where she's walking this way. Usually she walks this way to go to work over here. So when I first saw this, I knew something was up, and I started to get a little bit upset.
Usually she
and
walks
sure enough,
this
she was
way?
going to meet this sucker. And here she is waiting at the intersection, waiting at the light for what it seems like forever. And here she is taking her hair out. She's got to make herself look pretty. Got to make yourself look pretty for the guy you're about to cheat on your husband with, right? Yep. Make sure your hair is all nice. She's brushing her hair. I don't even know what she's doing. She's making her hair. She's pulling her hair out, making sure it looks all nice for this sucker. Now she walks across the street, and this guy is hiding behind the CVS, and as soon as she gets here, he's going to come out. So I'm assuming she's on the phone with him. That's the only thing I can assume. Because watch, here he comes. There he is. There's the guy that my wife is cheating on me with. My wife of 18 years. And watch, if you watch carefully, you're going to be able to see 18 years go right down the fucking drain. Watch. If you're not paying attention, you might miss it. Here it comes. There it goes. Boom. 18 years. Gone. 18 years! Gone! 18 years and just throw it away like that. We had a good marriage. I thought we had a good marriage. Apparently not.
That is too much.
18 years! Well, you.
That is hilarious. You can tell he's a sports fan. Boom! Boom, 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 boom. He's doing his little John Madden play-by-play. Boom, 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 boom. And see, the other guy comes in here, he does a cut black on the offensive lineman, right? That is hilarious. Boom, 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 boom. I got a different sense of humor. Couple things step out to me. Number one, don't bring CVS into it. They are unwilling passengers on this sad trip. Okay, don't bring them into it. And secondly, he must have been surveilling her for some time because he's like, well, usually she walks this way. I'm like, damn, homie, you've been watching her with a drone all this time. Who gets up in the morning? Who does this? Who gets up in the morning like, okay, baby, mwah. Kids got the cereal. Hey, you got some lunch money? All right, daddy loves you. See you later. All right, babe, have a great day at work. Mwah. Love you. Bye-bye. And then you run inside and get the drone going. Oh, my God. And it's got to be quick. Like, literally, like, as she starts walking, he's got to, like, race to wherever he's got his drone, get set up with the monitor. I mean, it's like the drone on the roof or something like that? Or it's got to be prepped and ready, right? He's got the drone prepped and ready the night before. I would never in my lifetime do that. Never. Why? But the one thing, and again, if you missed it earlier, the one thing, fellas, if you're ever in the situation that you don't do is you don't reveal how you found out. You never reveal that. If you find somebody cheating and you use a drone, you don't put the video on TV because it makes you look worse than she looks. He looks like a Mitch. It's like, oh, I know why she cheated. She's married to a Mitch. He's like, 18 years, man, 18 years. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. 18 years down the drain. Now, I guess I'm looking at it. I viewed the video with a different lens because I didn't see the 18 years. Right? I didn't see it. That is hilarious. Some tells me that he lost her a long time before that. And I did give you some tips, fellas, if you're ever in a situation like that on what you need to do. But am I wrong? Is that just did posting a video like that make him look worse than her? I would say yes. But what do you say, Choppers? You tell me. 18 years, he pounds the table. And being mad at the other guy ain't going to change it. It's not going to change anything. This other man doesn't owe you anything. Nothing. He's interacting with this woman. Okay? This woman is allowing him to do whatever he's doing with her. Maybe they're just drinking together. Maybe they're just talking in this pickup truck. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're having sex. I don't know. But ultimately, that's between those two people. I'll say ultimately. So being mad at the other guy is a waste of time. You got to chalk it up to the game. Because if you're a single man and you meet a woman and you're attracted to her and she tells you that she's married, a lot of dudes, I don't know your husband. That's the truth of it. Boyfriends, please. That ain't even a thought. Most of these dudes, if you got a girlfriend, none of these men out here gonna respect your relationship. You gotta respect my relationship, dude. Please. She didn't respect it. And you know what the game is. Wake up. Wake up. Rhonda writes, I want a drone to go to the park and observe the animals. I make my own nature videos without having to be in nature. Well, I think that's a plausible use of a drone. Surveilling your lady friend, your wifey, is nuts. Tracy writes, this is why she's cheating. Dude, because you're crazy. See, I told you. Thank you, Tracy. Making my point. You never, if you find out your lady friend is cheating on you with the drone, you never tell her how you know. You allow her to believe that you just got some Dr. Strange in you. You're in one with the mystic forces of the world and you can just figure things out. It'll drive her crazy. She might accuse her friends and you can sit back and watch all of this. Get your popcorn. Watch all of it. She will go nuts trying to figure it out. And that's what you want her to do. She will drive her, literally, she will lay in bed at night trying to figure out how does Nate know? I know she didn't tell him. Well, she did always kind of think he was attractive. Maybe she told him trying to get behind my back. Or did I leave? Did he get my phone? She'll go through her phone. She'll do all that kind of stuff. And this is a valuable time where you can observe her true nature. It's very rare when you get a chance to observe somebody's true nature. Very rare. Don't waste it, fellas, by going on Facebook or going on YouTube or posting on some kind of cheater's website. Don't do that. Just sit on it. Now, if you want to confront her and say, listen, I feel like you're cheating. You ain't got to tell me nothing. There's nothing you can tell me. This is how I feel. I feel like you're seeing somebody else. Okay. And you also got to be very specific because it could be cheating means different things to different people. Like if you accuse a woman of cheating and she hasn't really had sex with him, she will look very believable because in her mind, she hasn't really cheated. She's just talking to somebody. So you got to be very specific in what you challenge her with. Are you talking with anybody else? Have you been seeing anybody else? Okay. Did you see another man today? You got to be very specific. Can't get all emotional. Are you having sex? They may not be having sex yet. It might have only just be heavy petting or kissing or whatever. You got to be very specific. Very specific. 513-873-7134. Oh, man. Sissy Tigers writes, that's not funny. Just switching up the avatar. Beautiful. Love it. Craig writes, LOL, spying on your wife with a drone. Oh, no, LOL. He just Mitchified himself. Horrible. I hope he skinned her down. Skinned her down? No. No skinning of the down. No downing of the skinny either. Tracy writes, if you go looking for something, you're certainly going to find it. Tell him, Tracy. That's wisdom right there. Craig writes, I'm laughing at his antics. Funny, yeah. Cruther writes, Pete Rose Underoos, LOL. Akeem writes, morning choppers. I was just thinking if Danielle's phone had no evidence of an affair, Carlos Jeffin would have used a drone to catch Danielle, LOL. You just not gonna let that go, are you, Akeem? That's hilarious. Maybe. He might have. Craig writes, once she finds out he has a drone on her, that's gonna justify her cheating. 2, I had good intentions, and whatever excuse she uses, now he's stalkerish. Thank you, Craig. Thank you. Now you're a stalker. And see, in the minds of the world, being a stalker trumps being a cheater. Being a stalker is worse than being a cheater in today's society. That's why I say, if you have to, and I don't suggest you do this, if you have to use a drone to find out if your lady friend's cheating on you, you never tell them how you know. You allow them to believe that you're omnipotent. I've got powers. I just know things. Mike writes, good morning. Tracy writes, I miss you so much. I follow you today. # Orange Juice Jones. I missed you so much. I followed you today. Yeah, right. Rhonda writes, women cheat for the same reasons men cheat. It's fun to have something different, and it's a thrill to do it without getting caught. Thank you, Rhonda. Exactly. And that's the real deal. Okay? We're all selfish creatures. When you whittle it all the way down, selfish creatures, period. Thank you, Rhonda, for keeping it real. All that, women cheat for emotional reasons. I have my feelings, please. Dale writes, Carlos Jeffin. That guy is never going to live that down. That was some epic talk show episodes. The best Jerry Springer-ish show in Nathan Ivey show history. The numbers backed it up. Yes, it did. That's why when, after leaving my former employment, there was a lot of talk about whether it was the numbers and advertise. Don't believe none of that. Your boy delivered huge numbers for my former employer. Don't let them tell you nothing different. And that be the truth. Trust me on that. I seen him with my own eyes. I was in the meetings. Tiffany writes, people kill me acting like they don't care if their significant other cheats on you. If you feel like they are cheating, get evidence like he did. Hell, this will help him in divorce court if he decides to go that route. Well, if it comes down to divorce court and she's still lying, that's when maybe you use the tape. But what you don't do is go straight to Facebook because I'm hurting and I want people to feel sympathy because nobody feels sympathy for you. Even women don't feel sympathy for you. Men don't feel sympathy for you because you're looking stalker-ish. And Tiffany, just to be quite clear in terms of my own situation, I would care very much. What I'm telling you is it ain't the end of the world. Trust me on that one. And life goes on. I'm not going to beat myself down. It must be me. I ain't doing none of that. Okay, I'll make a decision as to whether I want to stay in a relationship. And if I don't, I move on, period. And if I do, I bottle it up and move on in a relationship. I do believe relationships can survive somebody cheating. It depends on the maturity level. It depends on what went down, how it went down, how the people found out, all those kind of things. It depends on whether they want to continue together. You might be in a relationship where y'all making money together. Y'all got multiple investments. You gonna let some other man's penis come in the way of that? Hell no. You gonna let some other woman's vagina come in the way of that? Hell no. It depends on relationship. Kashana writes, man, that damn Carlos Jeff shaking my head. That was fun. That was fun. Akeem will not let it die. Let it die. Brian writes, good morning. Mr. Holly writes, good morning. Tracy writes, Nathan, you're going to have these dudes playing their Eric Benet song and slit their wrists. No. Yeah. I like it. Thank you for that. I almost forgot that. Eric Benet can be very pivotal in your process of getting over being disrespected by your lady, if you want to look at it that way. Okay? Because women got all kinds of songs. Every female artist, I don't care if it's rap, I don't care if it's country, I don't care if it's rock. Every female artist on every album she's ever made has at least one song in which she's talking about how her man did her wrong. Beyonce got Lemonade. And she's Beyonce talking about Becky with the good hair. Now, why would Jay-Z ever cheat on something that looks like that. Because it doesn't matter what it looks like. That's why. No matter who you are. There's a movie called Best Friend, I think it was, with Taye Diggs and Nia Long and Morris Chestnut. It's a classic, as a matter of fact. Remember that movie? Where there's a scene where all the fellas are sitting around playing cards. I imagine they're playing poker or something. And somebody says it. And these are words to remember, ladies. There's no ill nana like new ill nana. And I don't care who you are. If Halle can get cheated on, if Beyonce can get cheated on, any woman can, and you shouldn't internalize it. Same thing with any man. Same deal, ain't nothing changed. But so what happens is that when women are going through something, what do? They go to music. Because music can be a soundtrack for what you got going on. It can help you. It can energize you. It can help you get through tough times. So Eric Benet on his album, it's called A Day in the Life. Came out, I don't know, 2000s or something like that, early 2000s. And if you ever find yourself in that position, there's a track on that album titled When You Think of Me, in which he talks about how his lady friend dogged him out and didn't support him. I mean, all the stuff that people feel when they feel like somebody didn't have their back. And it sounds like this. Check this out. I won't play all of it because I played it earlier, and I don't own this song. All right reserves to whoever owns that song. But this is Eric Benet. Check this out.
Hello, baby, how you been? It's nice to see your face.
So she dogged him out. Then the dude that she dogged him out with left her. Didn't support his dreams. He made all his dreams come real. Found a new fiance. Oh. Nothing like a boom to the gut. When a woman who cheated on you, maybe I was in a long-term relationship, and you pop up brand new, money in the pocket, successful with a new fiance, it'll kill him.
I moved the family out the neighborhood, and all my dreams I've realized.
Oh, don't say that.
To think you said it was a waste of time. It's never hard to make new friends when you're making Benjamin.
Remember that, fellas. It ain't never hard to make new friends in this world as a man when you making Benjamins. Never. So that's Eric Benet. That's what you do. You get your workout game together. You get your body back. You release the man that you lost. Get back to that if you lost it. You get your credit game together. Okay? You go for that promotion on the job, or you just follow your dreams. Be successful. Success is the sweetest revenge. That's all you got to do. You got to do nothing else. You ain't got to wow it out. Oh, you cheated on me. Nobody gives a damn, man. Go sit down. Nobody cares. Nobody has sympathy. Nobody's going to hurt your hand. Women, and look, the next woman in your life don't want to hear that either. Ladies, have you ever met a man who's just a pitiful sack of flesh? And he's all blubbering about what the woman right before you did. You don't want him, do you? Exactly. You don't want him. But that's what you do. From me to you. When we come back, a Florida teacher told black students, don't make me call Donald Trump. White guy. We'll discuss. And how are prisoners in Alabama getting phones into the prison? Alabama prisoners put out a video. They did the mannequin challenge. What? I love the internet. Viva la Ivy. We should be back. We'll be back right after this.
Play yourself. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchool.com.
Stay focused. Now that's a major key alert.
Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad
Council.
Council.
To this sound, you're neutral to it. You hear it every time you finish a meal and never feel anything. But if we were able to associate this sound with a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural response from you. Save the food. Why are we doing this, you may ask? Save the food. Because this ad is trying to change your after-meal behavior through brainwashing. Because food waste costs the average family $1,500 a year. Save the food, cha-ching, and $1,500 extra bucks is like getting a pay raise. Save the food, cha-ching, you're promoted, which could pay for your child's braces. Save the food, cha-ching, you're promoted.
Check out my braces.
So when you hear this sound, rethink your behavior. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. For tips and recipes, visit savethefood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
Hi, I found a toy dinosaur over on the playground by Smith Street. It had this phone number on it, and, well, I just wanted to make sure the dinosaur made it back to its little owner.
Yeah, hi. I think I found your kid's stuffed animal near the swing set. Just want to call. I'm sure she misses it.
I know my son gets super attached to the smallest things, even a fire truck, and I'd be happy to drop it off. The toy was a little muddy, so I cleaned it up, and it's good to go whenever you're around.
When I found the little sippy cup, I just had to give you a call. It's for a kid, you know?
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger and give all of our kids the meals they need to grow. Learn how at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Currently 8:05 a.m. in the Queen City. Today is Thursday, November 17th, 2016. Good morning, choppers. Let's chop it up. The Nathan Ivey Show is sponsored by UC Health. UC Health, Cincinnati's only academic health system. Tomorrow, Sandra, the founder of SOACT, will be on the show at 8 a.m. But make sure you're around for that. Also tomorrow, I need your Gilligan's of the Week. Someone's nominated Jeff Ruby, Gilligan of the Day, for his statements after offering, I guess, was it a free dinner? Free dinner for police and sheriff deputies. But I mean, that's his shtick. That's what he does. And nobody is targeting police. No, police are not under attack. And if there are any wounds, they're self-inflicted. If you stop killing unarmed citizens, then maybe you'll have a better relationship with citizens. Seems very simple. It's very simple to me. Very simple. If you'd like to transform your brainwaves into talk radio waves, 513-873-7134. Clue Magic. Good morning, Clue Magic. Right to Morning Chop Shop. Fellas, don't have a sucker attack. And if you do happen to be weak, don't make a video of it. It's a wise man right there. Cincy Tigers writes, giving this conversation a strong side eye. See, I'm giving advice to men, and you want to give the conversation a strong side eye. Fama writes, that was his way of coping. Let's be mature folk. There's nothing mature about following a woman with a drone, then posting the video online, and then wilding out at the end. Did you hear women at the end? 18 years. If you talk to the woman, I guarantee she'll say she checked out in 5, in 3. You know how it is. Brian writes, what did R. Kelly say? I had a very crude joke, but I'm not going to use it there. He writes, what did R. Kelly say? It has to do with golden showers, but I will not use it. He writes, when a woman is fed up, they are on a whole nother level when it comes to cheating. I guarantee men hurt worse when cheated on. Yeah, I do, because our egos get involved. And what I'm telling you is separate it from your ego. If a woman steps out on you, it is not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of how she feels about you. That's a difference. You've got to separate it. If a man cheats on you, ladies, it's not a reflection of you. They might say, well, I did it because you didn't do this. You did it for your own reasons. Same thing. If a man cheats on you, ladies, that's a reflection of him, not you. Tanika writes, we sure do like men with money. At least I do. Right. Yes, that's the truth. Eric Benet speaks the truth. It's never hard to make new friends when you making Benjamins. Never hard. James writes, his worst mistake was putting his personal business on the internet. Some things need to remain private. Thank you, James. Akeem writes, yes, ladies, you better believe everything Nathan Ivey is saying, because I am that man that grabs himself and start moonwalking in public. I'm quick to take my shirt off, too. Rico writes, Nate, what is that instrumental leading into the first break? It has a 70s feel to it. Oh, let me go back and double check, Rico. I can't recall what I played. Let me double check on that. John writes, on the ride to school, my boy asked me, is Nathan Ivey ever funny? And I said, yeah. When? He says, LOL. He's too young to understand. Let him get a little older. Kiki writes, bah, right, Mr. Ivey. Forceps to lips. It's going all around the world, Craig. In my Mike Epps voice. Key C writes, good morning. I just watched that drone video myself. Mila J writes, didn't Ruby go to DuBose's funeral? He's straddling the fence. Well, maybe you don't have to pick sides. I mean, maybe you can be sorry and you feel as if what happened to Sam DuBose was wrong. And you feel as if the man who killed Sam DuBose, Ray Tinson, should go to jail. But at the same time, generally speaking, you support law enforcement. I don't think that's necessarily a contradiction. Mila writes, my kids asked to listen to the radio instead of that man talking all the time. Tanika writes, wrong number. That was Black Lion's dad calling us in by mistake. Kashana writes, Black Lion's dad. Dale writes, police in the street go whine, whine, whine. They do. Roosevelt writes, is anyone watching the series Queen Sugar on the Oprah Network? Great and inspiring TV. Much better than Empire. I haven't. I haven't watched it. I've heard about it. I heard great things about it. I had Sharice Saunders on a few months ago, and she said she gave it a thumbs up. Fame Up writes, Mufasa called in. Mufasa? That's a good one. Oh, my God. Kashana writes, Queen Sugar is excellent. Yuli writes, good morning, all. Tanika says she absolutely loves Queen Sugar. Not Mufasa. Dale writes, speaking of Black Lion, Brian Taylor posted a video of him speaking to the UC Forum. And who do I see? Is Black Lion sitting on one row under Brian Taylor. Yeah, he called in yesterday and said he was there. He said he called out Damon Lynch because of his last name. He said he should change his last name to Lynch brother or something like that. I'm not sure. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Fame Up writes, Jeff Ruby's been using local tragedies as free promotion for years. Every time he's on the news, the story starts, local restaurant owner Jeff Ruby. But when his son got caught up in that Cinco de Mayo riot in Clifton about 15 years ago, he was quiet as cat. Miss D writes, greetings. Craig writes, there it goes, boom, 18 years. Brian writes, he sounded like Mystical, 18 years. Mr. Holly writes, LOL. Look, when a woman's fed up, it doesn't matter if you've been together 18 million years. It means nothing. It makes no difference. You could have been together. You could be immortal. Okay. You could be one of the walking dead and it will make no difference. When she's fed up, period. Tiffany writes, wait, Nate, how is it that you have cheated on someone and say that there is no commitment until you are married? Well, you're right about that. But I'm just saying, I've been in that position. People say that when you're girlfriend and boyfriend, I did all that kind of stuff. 21 years old, you don't take no 21-year-old is really taking any kind of commitment seriously. That's what I mean. Dale writes, he got too much time on his hand to been surveilling for a while. So I'm guessing he probably doesn't have a job to go to and probably why she's cheating. But in court, he will have the upper hand because of the video proof. And that's when you throw it out. You hold on to it. And you use it in court. And that's it. Tiffany writes, she swipes Queen Sugar. Brittany writes, good morning. Clue writes, he does an old dude-ish. Rico writes, I wish she cheated. . Rico writes, I wish she cheated with a black guy. That way we can find out this guy's a Trump supporter. Oh, yeah, that would have made things better. Worse, probably. Good morning, Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast writes, good morning, I agree, Nate. As crazy as it sounds for a dude to put surveillance on his girl with a drone, he can't fill her in on his game. Exactly. If you have to go that route, if you find yourself in a position where you just got to use a drone, it's my last resort, fellas. I've got to put the drone on her. You never, if you find something, you never reveal how you find it. Never. Billy writes, I think Goldie from the Mac said it best. You know the name of the game. Your B chose me. Now we can handle like gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster-ish. Kiki writes, skin her down. What in the hell is that? Yeah, I'm wondering too. What does that mean, skin her down? Pat writes, at the UC Forum on Monday, students shout out, fire the two lying police in the Tinson case. UC said that those two police did nothing wrong according to the UC regulations and laws. What? Question mark. There's another forum today at the African American Culture Resource Center. I have to get the correct time. I believe it's at 12:30. Interesting. I may show up. It's been a long time since I've been in that resource center. Long time. Now, she said it begins at 3 p.m. And the topic today is legal analysis about the trial. Interesting. You may see Nate Ivey there. Rhonda writes, the movie is called Best Man. Yeah. I said best friend. Yeah, best man. Best man. Sorry about that. One of my faves. Brian writes in Adrian Bronner's voice, a Mexican and African can't get it, LOL. Craig writes, boom, 18 years gone, dude. I knew she was cheating, dude. She doesn't answer her phone. Her perfume is different. She's trying new sex positions. She lets me do anal when it's not my birthday. F it. After I go vote for Trump, I'm going to go put on my sherbet-colored polo shirt and my thong sandals and fire the drone up. That's funny. That's funny. Big L writes, yo, choppers, what's good? Get to the choppers. Absolutely. Let me give you a chopper for that one. Yeah.
Get to the chopper!
Dale writes, it's easy to sneak anything into the prisons. If there's female COs that can be manipulated by an inmate, then you can have it. Yeah, I'm on WorldStar this morning and I see Alabama inmates are making videos. What? Why are you in prison doing viral challenges? And they did the mannequin challenge. I don't get it. Isn't that contraband? That seems like it might be a problem for me, but if it's cool with the prison, it's cool with me. I ain't no problem with it. That is deep. I love the internet. Love it. Love it. What is this new song? Greens, beans, potatoes, tomato. What the hell? And people, listen, I got an audio clip of a man that gets maced after he grabs a protester's Trump sign. I'll play it for you. I've got video of friends and family in the Philando Castile's case saying that they are pleased that the officer's being charged. Shot that man for no reason whatsoever. Philando Castile should be alive today. Miss D writes, let me back up here. Yuli writes, well, cheating is dishonesty, and I need honesty. That's one point. If you feel a need to wander, you should respect your partner enough to communicate your feelings or thoughts. But my main problem with cheating is the health and hygiene issues. I made it this long without health problems. I don't need my partner to inject me with somebody else's heebie-jeebies. I'm with you on all of that, Yuli. If you feel like the relationship is not what you need to be and you feel like you need to cheat, the mature thing would be, the real thing to be would just be to look them in their eyes and tell them what's about to happen. I ain't happy no more. Listen, I'm looking for happiness or I met somebody or whatever. Just tell them straight up. And I'm with you. Don't put my body at risk. Don't put my health at risk because you decide you want to go out and be with somebody else. That's your deal. That's your deal. Don't bring it to me. I'm with you, Yuli, all the way. Ms. D writes, I saw a meme that had the caption, women heal like Wolverine after cheating, if the bank account is right, with a picture of Gabrielle and D Wade and Kobe and his wife. Wolverine, though? That's right. They sure do. It's like, do I want to come home to this palatial estate and live in a lap of luxury with this superstar? Yeah, I think I'll stay. Craig writes, Jeff Ruby won't. Why don't you hand out dinners to the victims whose family members have been killed by police? Gilligan. Well, if he did that, then the police would go after him. He would lose favor with them because they would think that he is anti-police. And I know that sounds crazy to you, but that's how people who are pro-law enforcement, including, I believe, members of law enforcement, would perceive that. Yeah. Derek writes, moving on and succeeding is the best revenge. Trust me, I'm living proof. It is. That's it. And don't take your baggage to your next relationship because she don't want to deal with it, fellas. If you got dogged out by your baby mama or your wifey or whatever, don't take that emotional baggage into another relationship. Don't do it. It takes about 3, 4, 5 years, depending on how long you've been with somebody. It takes a long time to get that person out of your system, to get them completely out of your system for real. A lot of people fake the funk. I'm over it. Makes no difference. But they're just lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves. And none of that rebound nonsense either. Ladies, you meet a man who's been in a long-time relationship. He just got out less than a year ago. Now you're trying to wife him up. May not be the right move. May not be the right move. A lot of Queen Sugar fans in the house. Gwenda writes, good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Gwenda writes, did you see the woman who called out the FLOTUS? Now she is fired. Yes, I mentioned that yesterday. She got fired. She was a mayor of a very small town. I think it was like 500 residents. I want to say West Virginia. And she resigned, and rightly so. She should have resigned. Gwenda writes, it was nice to hear T-Bone, but sorry to hear about December. Absolutely. Gwenda writes, good morning. Gwenda writes, did the news fail to mention the charge of the police officer that murdered Castile? No, they did not. Gregor writes, good morning. Ate Chipotle yesterday, and it worked better than flat tummy tea. 6 pounds lighter, LOL. Wow, okay. Oh, man. Cerinthia writes, morning, Choppers. Good morning to you. James writes, that woman that talked about Michelle Obama must not have owned a mirror, right? She's calling... Damn, James. You got straight to the point. How you going to call out Michelle Obama and your face game is not together? Your body game is not together. But it just goes to show you the kind of people that do those kind of things, that say kind of very disparaging and disgusting and downright just wrong remarks, especially online, are the kind of people that have problems with themselves. Because people who are secure and people who are like on a fast track and they're going somewhere in their lives, and they don't have time for that. They don't have time for that. Women who feel attractive I don't know. Younger women can be very nasty. But generally speaking, my theory is, I put it that way, that people who feel confident and attractive with themselves, they don't need to say something like that about the FLOTUS. Here's an update. The officer who fatally shot Philando Castile has been charged, but only with manslaughter. His name is Geronimo Yanez. Geronimo Yanez. He's facing second-degree manslaughter and 2 charges of dangerous discharge of a firearm. It's interesting. Got charged with a firearm. Got a firearm charge. Most of the times you don't see officers did that. And the prosecutor, John Choi, noted that the officer and his partner pulled over Castile on July 6th because he matched the description of a robbery suspect with a wide set nose. Remember this? Because he had a wide set nose. So basically, there was a call for a robbery suspect. And these officers said, we just going to stop all black folks and see if we get lucky. That's what happened. Because most black people have wide set noses. I mean, even the Jackson family used to have wide set noses. I had to throw that in there. And the prosecutor said that his conclusion is that the use of deadly force by Officer Yanez was not justified. And before Yanez, no officer had been charged in more than 150 police-involved deaths in Minnesota since 2000. Think about that. Over 150 police involved in deaths. Now, we don't know all the details about each and every case, but people are speculating. The charges were filed following 19 weeks of investigation and a review of the dash cam footage and audio footage taken during the shooting. And here's one thing I would love to see the media pick more up on and really spend some time on. What if there was no dash cam video Even in the case of Sam DuBose here in the city of Cincinnati, what if there was no body cam video? We need to really analyze and think twice, okay, about circumstances in which there are no video and you've got officer-involved shootings because of the officer-involved shootings that we see when there is a video. If there was no dash cam video, Mr. Castile would have been branded a criminal. They would have made it seem like he went for his weapon. Okay, I believe his fiancée was in the car and she broadcasted live on Facebook right after he got shot. Very sad. Very sad. For no reason, that is. No reason whatsoever. No reason. Mr. Castile should be alive today. But he had a wide set nose. He had a wide set nose. Dale writes, now that officer may be found guilty because of the type of charges, and Philando was very loved in that city by white and black people. Yeah, he caught the wrong one. Miss D writes, the Beans Greens is a performance by Shirley Caesar that was remixed for a funny Thanksgiving clip. Interesting. Very interesting. Renee writes, good morning, all. I stopped watching Empire last season. Queen Sugar is my show. I love it. Brittany writes, I pray the city gets a conviction, Nate. A charge is just one step. Yes, it is. You may or may not know this, but just yesterday, the city council in the city of Cincinnati basically are trying to urge now they got involved. They're trying to urge Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters to retry Ray Tensing as quickly as possible. And they're right to do that. I agree with it. I think we all do. The last thing that anybody in this city needs, if the city of Cincinnati itself had a voice, that voice would be saying retry Ray Tensing. It needs to be done for justice, for the climate, for the culture. I don't care whether they think they can get him or not. They need to try. And personally, I think they need to go for lesser charges because I want to see Ray Tensing go to jail more than I want to see him just on trial. He needs to go to jail, period. And my fear is that, let's say you go back with the same jury, you go after the same charges, or let's say you get a new jury with different charges, if that's even possible, and Ray Tensing walks. After 2 trials, then the prosecutor will have even more evidence to say, you know what, wash my hands of it. We can't get the guy. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Part of the reason why things have remained peaceful is because people feel like there's an option for justice. And when they don't, that's when people start to hit the streets. Yeah, Craig writes, horrible. Killed a black man because of his wide nose? I would have been on that cop's hit list. Sad, but I bet he will walk. Give me a reason to think different. Gwenda writes, Castillo's last word, I wasn't reaching for my gun. Well, maybe he should have. To defend himself from the officer. That needs to be said. Nathan Ivey. This is the Nathan Ivey Show.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the
Hard
Ad
to
Council.
believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Back to the show.
What we do here is go back.
Good morning, choppers. Welcome back to the Nathan Ivey Show. The Nathan Ivey Show is brought to you, sponsored by UC Health. UC Health, Cincinnati's only academic health system. Aging well can be a fun and exciting time in one's life. Over the next 50 years, the aging population will triple. In 2050, the population aged 65 and over is projected to be 83.7 million. Almost double the population in 2012. Now think about that. It means we must begin to understand this process and prepare ourselves for what to expect. That's why I'm happy to tell you about SOAC, serving older adults through changing times. They will connect you to resources and serve as an advocate for the concerns and needs of older adults. SOAC is ready and prepared to help you connect with agencies serving the elderly, expose exploitation, and empower you with information. They offer consulting and training on creating an aging plan, obtaining power of attorney, and how to deal with your parents moving in with you. For details, give Sandra a call at 513-861-2790 and visit their website at www.blackage.org. Currently 8:32 a.m. in the Queen City. Nate Ivey with you. More numbers. Here is my telephone number if you'd like to dial into the show. 513-873-7134. Okay? Open your mind before you open your mouth. That's it. A Florida teacher told black students, I guess it was a threat. He threatened black students. I guess they were acting up. And he told them, don't make me call Donald Trump and get you sent back to Africa. And would you believe it? Now that teacher's in trouble. What in the hell? White male, it appears. I'm looking at his image right now. He told his students, don't make me call Donald Trump and get you sent back to Africa. I didn't know. Is that a hotline or what is that? Is that a real thing? What's his number? Because I want to call Donald Trump. I want to talk to Donald Trump. I didn't know that Donald Trump was taking those phone calls. And what it really speaks to me is that a lot of people were correct in their assessment of some, not all, but some people that support Donald Trump. Some people supported Donald Trump because of their fears of the browning of America and their thoughts that for them, making America great again and taking back your country is synonymous with some kind of racial friction. Okay, it's ridiculous. I've got a news clip for you. Check this out.
Teacher John Sosa is on administrative leave. He's accused of making a racist comment towards several black students Wednesday.
As soon as the school was made aware of the allegations against Mr. Sosa, they called him in and had him leave campus, told him to stay home.
Donnie Jones Jr. would not go on camera, but wrote on Facebook that Sosa approached his daughter and several other students in the hallway and asked what they were up to. The student then claims Sosa said, quote, "Don't make me call Donald Trump to get you sent back to Africa."
The school district is very troubled if one of our employees did say what he is accused of saying. We can't stand for that. We expect civility.
Jones says he spoke with Sosa directly about the incident and was told, quote, "It was just an off-the-wall comment and wasn't meant to be racist." He said it was a bunch of male and female students in the hallway and he was talking to everyone. Parents picking up students from school today can't believe it.
This is the reason why a lot of these things that were going on during the debate have to be addressed and kind of like, put at ease and put in perspective, because people now just can't come out and just make comments like that. It's just not right.
No, it's not right. Could you imagine if one of your children, if they are still in school, came home and told you that a teacher told them or said that to them? Don't make me call Donald Trump and get you sent back to Africa. Now, the teacher's in question's last name is Souza, so that tells me maybe he's got some kind of mixed heritage or something like that. I don't know the particular ethnicity of that, but it speaks to a mentality. That's what it speaks to. And now you've got the Gestapo out here, the Donald Trump, stormtroopers. And they really believe that Donald Trump is going to make America white again. That's what they really believe. That doesn't seem like a fun place. I don't know. That's Donald Trump's America. And he said, don't make me call. So you got Donald Trump on speed dial, buddy? Really? Well, call him. That's what I would have said. Really? Call him. Because I want to talk to Donald Trump. 1-800, send them back to Africa. We are living in the last days of common sense, my friend. Dale writes, why is that Gilligan teacher on administrative leave? ? He should have been fired with a boot in his ass. Well, they got investigated. And I don't think that these students would make it up. I really don't. I don't think these students would make it up. And that's why I want to give that teacher the Gilligan of the Day Award, please. Touch him up, please. He is a Gilligan, straight up. Just sit right back. Touch him up, please. Rico writes, we would go back to Africa if it wasn't for China, the U.S., and other countries buying all the land. Gregor writes, the excuses that people give after saying racist things are with very little effort, which lets you know they meant it. Oh, I mean, I didn't say it just to black people. I said it to everybody. Okay. Way to go there, Teach. Way to go. And it just makes you wonder, like, if you've got children that attend school, what is the mentality of the people that are teaching them? What is the mentality? Now, if that was my daughter, or if that was Junior, you already know. I would, as much as possible, try to get a meeting with the teacher, and my wife, of course, and the principal. All the teachers can be there. When you go into these teachers' meetings, make sure you audio tape all of it. I'm telling you what I've done. You want to record everything that happens in that meeting. Okay? You don't get overly emotional about it, but you keep it about the job. You keep it about the standards, the rules, the ethics that you understand that the teacher should abide by. That's how you deal with it. You don't have to threaten the teacher. You don't have to go all wow. Because if you do something like that, now you've let the teacher off the hook. And that's how you deal with it. I've done it. Take the recorder around and say, listen, I'm audio recording all of this. Boom. Put it right in the middle of the table. Eyes get big. Yeah. Because if you say the wrong thing, I want to make sure that I can give the evidence to whomever, whether it's the school board or my lawyers or whomever. Trust me, that's how you hold grown folks accountable. Grown folks hate it when you hold them accountable. They hate it. No, I hate it. Don't hold me accountable. Gwenda writes, do we hit up the phones on Joe Dieters? Stand in front of his office? Well, people have done that. And if you want to do a phone blitz, let me know. We can do a phone blitz. Nathan Ivey Show. We need to make sure that we have a very pointed message. I'm not sure if they're going to actually listen to him. I mean, he's got people that answer phones. I've been down to his office before. And I remember the last time I went down there, it was a whole situation. When was the last time I was there? It was, I think it was the day that he was going to announce the charges for Ray Tensing. Okay. I believe it was that day. And they were having a press conference. You know me, I wanted to be in. I don't want to be on the outside. I want to be on the inside. Okay. And I remember the looks I got, like they didn't know where I was coming from. They didn't know if I was going to wild out or whatever. There was an officer or two like behind the glass. I mean, it gets trill down there, man. It's not a game. It is not a game. You know, it's life and death down there. Trust me. Dale writes, I wonder if that was a Cincinnati police officer with city council would have urged Joe Dieters to retry the case. Probably not. And for what I understand, it was unanimous. It was a symbolic gesture, I think, that was initiated by Yvette Simpson, who I ran into during the protest. She was on the steps of Hamilton County Courthouse. And as I understand it, she actually showed up in person in the courtroom to view what was going on with the trial. But I think you're right. That's a great question, Daryl. If it was a Cincinnati police officer, they would not. I don't believe they would have. That's just me. Because now it's kind of like the associations are too close. I don't know. That would have changed a lot of things. Billy writes, let Tensing go to jail and let the brothers handle their business. Well, I don't have any problems with prison justice. I have no problem with that. Okay. Do I want to see somebody get harmed? No, I do not. But do I have a problem with prison justice? No, I do not. You know, hey, put your dukes up. All right. Simple as that. Start doing push-ups and sit-ups. Deborah writes, I wholeheartedly agree with you, Nate. Lowering the charge should be done for a better chance of conviction. Thank you, Deborah. I'm about convictions. I'm not about just symbolic charges because you think he murdered your son. But again, I'm not as emotionally invested, obviously, as a family is. So I can get it. If that was a family member of mine, I would hope that I would be able to separate my emotions to be able to make the right decision. But from my vantage point, I would rather Ray Tensing go to jail for something. I'd rather he get 5 years, some time in jail, something on his record to indicate that he took another man's life for no reason, than in the effort to get him on murder charges or the sexy charges that he actually walks and gets nothing. And see, what will happen if Ray Tensing walks is he gets his life back. I mean, he can apply for law enforcement somewhere else. And I don't know Ray Tensing, but if that's your livelihood and that's what you do, that's what you've been trained to do, well, then that's what you're going to go back to. He's going to try to get another job working as a law enforcement official somewhere, which I think would be a danger to whoever those people are in this hypothetical situation that he might be a police officer over. That would be dangerous. So I know that Bishop Bobby Hilton said, well, I think they asked him a question about what should happen next. He said, well, I think they should do what the family wants to do. And I disagree with him. I disagree with him on that. No. They need to get Ray Tensing however they need to get him. So in an effort to get 15 years, they shouldn't give up all the years when they know they should probably could get 8. I'll take 8. I'll take 10. He needs to go to jail. Why? Because it's about Sam DuBose and his family, but it's also larger than that. It's about all of us that live in Cincinnati. It's about setting the culture and the standards of engagement. And even though he's a University of Cincinnati police officer formerly, it would send a message to the Cincinnati police as well. It would send a message all over the country, quite honestly. And there are university police on major campuses all over the country that carry weapons. It would send a message to all of them as well. And I think that's very, very important. Very, very important. Tracy writes, he's on administrative leave because he's backed by a union who dares you to fire him ASAP. Ms. D writes, it's scary that he has always had racist feelings and had been hiding among children. You never know how somebody feels until they open their mouth and reveal it to you. And it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting during the Donald Trump years, because Donald Trump is going to allow us to see who is who. And I'm not here to tell you that just because somebody voted for Donald Trump, that means they're automatically a racist. I don't believe that at all. Not at all. No. But there are some racist folks who voted for Donald Trump, and they are just, they just can't wait. They're bursting at the seams to tell us all. They're bursting at the seams to tell us all. They just can't wait. But again, just because you voted for Donald Trump does not mean you're a racist. Maybe you're just a disaffected person. Maybe you just felt like, the Democrats didn't run a good campaign. And they did not, actually. They did not. Horrible. I was reading an article on Huffington Post last night, and they were talking with the author had some inside track with some of the Hillary Clinton staffers. And they were talking about in places like Wisconsin, where Hillary Clinton barely showed up. And when she did show up, she didn't really connect with people. And I'll tell you this, that, I was giving contact information for the person that was in charge of the Southwest sort of media campaign. And I reached out to them for obvious reasons, as a possibility of using this platform to spread the word, not because I necessarily was hardcore Hillary, but, listen, money is money. Made no difference to me. And I never got any response whatsoever. I didn't even get a response via email like, hey, Nate, we're going to play some money other places. And what they told me is it was straight up arrogance. Straight up arrogance. That's not how you do business. You can't even respond to an email. That's not how you do business. And the article that I read in the Huffington Post basically concluded the same thing, that Hillary wasn't even visiting certain places in the country because they just knew they had it. Oh, they got this. The poll number said they were up by 5%, 6%, and Donald Trump is saying these crazy things. Oh, no way. No way. Oh, women are going to vote for me. Arrogance, hubris. And that's part of the, everybody wants to run around and blame black folks. Don't blame black folks. Black folks showed up. If you look at the numbers could have been better. But black females in particular showed up. They showed up. The sisters showed up. But Hillary didn't show up, and the Democrats didn't show up for us. It was a horrible game plan, a half-hearted effort. And I'm not the kind of person to not tell you I told you so. I told you so. Running around talking about Donald Trump and his fingers on the trigger and what he said about women is not connecting with people in terms of their daily lives. They didn't do it. They didn't do enough of it. So, all the Democrats, stop talking about the Electoral College. Stop talking about Hillary Clinton won a popular vote. It's over. We knew what the game was. You knew you had the Electoral College on Election Day. You knew that. And that's why you lost. You did not connect with people. Period. PD, period. That's what it is. Nothing more. That's it. That and other issues. I think there was some voter disenfranchisement in the southern states with black votes. Multiple issues. But I just feel like if Hillary had connected more, okay, even places like Michigan. I was reading in the article last night on Huffington Post, and you had staffers on the ground who were begging for resources. Didn't really get it. I was talking with Alicia Reese here in Ohio, and I'm not trying to put her out there at all, but even she was remarking on the tactics they were used here in Ohio, the resources that were deployed here in Ohio. Okay. And even though Hamilton County went for Hillary Clinton, there were counties that Obama took in Ohio that Hillary couldn't take. So I think it says more about the leadership of the DNC, both in the state of Ohio, okay, and nationally, and the hubris of the Hillary campaign. They just knew that by dancing around with Beyonce and Jay-Z, listen, I'm black, and I didn't give a damn about them dancing with Jay-Z and Beyonce. It meant nothing to me whatsoever. I like Beyonce. Okay. Jay-Z's not one of the greatest MCs of all time. Get that out of your mind. He is not. But I've enjoyed some of his music over the years. You know me. Hey, listen, I enjoy watching LeBron James play basketball. I enjoy him even more showing up his critics. And I didn't give a damn that he endorsed Hillary Clinton. It meant nothing to me whatsoever. I mean, the days of celebrity endorsements without real engagement by politicians are over. It's over. I didn't care if Hillary Clinton had hot sauce. I carry hot sauce everywhere I go. And I've been reading more and more that maybe she wasn't pandering. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's why she has so many health problems. You're 70 years old, putting hot sauce on everything. You're turning your guts into mush. So the days of just trotting out LeBron James and trotting out Beyonce, drop that lemonade for me. Okay, HRC. Yeah, means nothing. It means nothing. Tracy writes, what are people in America thinking, throwing their careers away over these comments? Careers. They think they're not going to get caught. They think it's not going to really matter. And even with this particular teacher, I doubt he's going to lose his job. He's going to sit down with the superintendent and or the principal. They're going to say, listen, don't ever do this again, Mr. Sosa. Okay, they're going to put some marks on his file. They're going to shut the file. He's going to go right back to class. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Dare writes, I hope he doesn't come back to the Green Hills Police Department. Kiki, have a great day. Thank you very much for listening. Rico writes, I agree with you, Nate. All Trump supporters are not racist. It comes down to America's love for the underdog, and Trump was that. It comes down to a lot of factors. It comes down to the end of the day, if I'm Hillary Clinton, and recently she's getting the media more and more. And I read that she said it was difficult for her. It's so hard for her. And I can get it. I mean, when you get close to it and you feel like it's really something that, you're about to, hit your mark, I can understand that. I mean, I got a little bit of sympathy for that, just a little. But at the end of the day, the Democrats, don't blame the FBI director. You have to look at your own game plan. I would start there. I think that would be the most productive thing to do. The most productive thing to do for Hillary Clinton and the Democrat Party would be for them to go back to ground zero, look at their game plan, and try to get better. That's it. Pointing fingers, an FBI director, it was white people, it was disenfranchised. All those particular things play some kind of role. But if you want to be productive, you got to look at yourself, grow, get better. That's it. That's it. Grow, get better. That's it. Nothing more. Gwenda writes, did you hear that Trump's Washington Hotel and how they may need to sign over the hotel because it's on government land? He can't buy a government and run the White House. This dude is a tangle weave, crook, snake, and liars. A lot of people are using the word impeach. A lot of people, and I'm hearing this more and more and more. People believe that Donald Trump may be impeached during his term. I don't know. It's too early to tell. Donald Trump is going to have to figure out to make sure that his business and his role as the head of the United States government do not collide. Okay, that there's no collusion. That he's not using what he knows as the president to enhance his business. Because if he does, the Democrats are going to react on it. You could see scandal, which in terms of talk radio, I got no problem with it. But you could see scandal, okay, inside the Trump administration. We shall see. It's a little early now, but we shall see. We'll go through it together. We shall see. Yeah, Kiki, have a great weekend. Greg writes, what? Jay-Z is one of my top 5 favorite rappers. Favorite rappers? Okay, great. But when people start having a conversation about all-time greatest lyricists, Jay-Z is not there for me. I'm sorry. He ain't there for me. I think his rhymes are... I think his best album was his first album, Reasonable Doubt. That's just me. And I'm not hating on him against that because I think that Nas's one of his best albums was his first album. But to me, you can never be one of the greatest MCs or lyricists if you don't have any substance in your raps. But that's just me. That's just me. I ain't hating on your faves at all, Grego. Rhonda writes, that teacher is not going to lose his job because teachers' union contracts are real. What they do with moving him from that school to a different school. Right. Rhonda knows. I worked in a school building. I work with teachers. I understand how this works. I just told you what they're going to do. They're going to sit him down, the teacher and the superintendent. They might make a public display about it. He might be reprimanded. They're going to open up his file and put some red marks in it and say, don't do this anymore. They're going to close the file. He's going to go back to his schoolroom or back to his classroom. That's what's going to happen. That's how it works. And that's why I say we should all be so lucky to have union protection. We don't need less unions. We need more unions. Whatever your particular job is, you should have union protection because it protects you from, well, it's the yin and the yang. Sometimes you can have bad apples who are protected by the union contract, but more often than not, it protects people who are hardworking from vindictive bosses or looking over your shoulder because you disagree with the person that you report to and things like that. People get fired for trivial things all the time. People get fired in this city for personal reasons, like you fall out with the supervisor because you challenge them. Like I've seen that with my own eyes. I've seen that. You know, you challenge the supervisor, not in the derogatory way, but in a way in which you're really trying to help the whole process, help the team. But the supervisor's got an ego. He's got an ego. She's got an ego. And they take it out on that particular employee. I've seen that. Well, if you've got union protection, it don't matter if they get mad or not. It don't matter. So don't let the fact that like the FOP protects officers who may do something despicable on the job. And people say, well, that's why we don't care about unions. You're looking at that wrong. The FOP is doing their job. That's what they're supposed to do. Believe me when I tell you this, I'm not sure I got on this tangent. But if you look at the medium incomes and the fact that a lot of people are not getting raises over the last, we'll say 50 years. OK, if you chart that demise, OK, it's congruent. It's very similar to the demise of union participation in this country. And if you're a big money capitalist, the last thing in the world that you want is for the people who work for you to be protected by by a union. Why? Because it means you're going to have to pay them more money. It means you just can't do anything to them. That's why Ronald Reagan got so many props by the business community, because he was anti-union. Remember what he did with the air traffic controllers? Get your ass back to work. Oh, you ain't going back to work? We'll get somebody else in here. Oh, the big money capitalists love that because unions cost them money. Oh, now we got to give you a livable wage, and now we got to give you a competitive wage, and now you got these minimum requirements in terms of your health benefits and things like that. People got that twisted when it comes to union. You really do. Like I told you, my grandfather migrated from the South and was able to provide, I would say, a lower middle class lifestyle, buy a home, buy multiple homes in the city of Cincinnati, and maintain them throughout his lifetime because he had union protection. He had a retirement plan that was lock solid throughout the rest of his life. We never had conversations where at the, he's 80 years old now, he's about to retire, and all of a sudden his union benefits or his retirement benefits change. That never happened. He had a lock solid union protection ship. So I saw with my own eyes. Trust me with that. If you don't not in a union, you'd make more money. You have more job security. You'd have more secure health benefits. You'd probably have a much more competitive wage, if I didn't already say that. Okay. If you had a union backing you. Don't let these fools out here, the unions are causing us to go bankrupt. They're lying to you. Shannon writes, I got threatened with termination for telling my boss I didn't want my raise. LOL, hurt his pride. Didn't want a raise. Wow. Deborah writes, yep, I think it really did. I know it wore on me. It wore me out. Gwenda writes, POTUS said in a polite way that Hillary didn't visit and campaign like he did. I have to agree with Trump. Hillary did not have a lot of stamina, and she took the people for granted, thinking she could ride on POTUS' coattail. Well, maybe she was sick. Maybe her health just wasn't there. It could have been. I don't know. Could have been that. I mean, there was some conversation about her health, through the campaign. And I even played a clip from Dr. Drew in which he got a hold of her health records. And he was his mind was blown by what he found. He was like, wow. Man, there's so many conversations being had right now. A Muslim registry where if you're Muslim, which is your religion, right? It's not who you are, it's what you believe in. But now Muslims, there's some conversation about a Muslim registry. I think we should have a white nationalist registry, quite honestly. I like to know the names, not of Muslims, but of the homegrown backwater bubbas brewing up some homemade bombs, brewing up some anthrax in a shack in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Running around with fatigues and plumber's crack with AR-15 strapped to the back on Saturday nights. Going through your drills, getting ready for the race war. That's who I want a registry of. What the hell is wrong with this world, man? I'm reading that Republicans want to destroy the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Why? Because it favors the big money capitalists. That's why. So now the Republicans don't favor consumer protections. Well, guess who the consumers are? That's you and I. We're the consumers. I'm telling you, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. That is deep. You're right about that, Gwenda. The president did politely try to put that. But I mean, as a black man in America, he knew he had to go 1,000%, even as an incumbent, to make sure that he got reelected. And Hillary, again, maybe it was health. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she just physically couldn't perform at that level. I don't know. But it's well documented. I mean, if you just Google it, it'll come up. It'll definitely come up. Shannon writes, the race sucked. My work is worth more. Huh. Keep that. Raise is always good, though. Raise is always good. Raise good. I want to remind you before we leave that the Nathan Ivey Show is sponsored by UC Health. UC Health, Cincinnati's only academic health system. I really appreciate you this morning, as I do each and every morning. And as I said, it looks like we are moving forward very close to our first live broadcast. And if everything goes well, perhaps we can get together next month. African-American owned establishment. Very nice, actually. And what they are offering, I think you will like it. I really do. You may be hit, you may not be hit. But stay tuned for more. When things are concrete, I will share them with you. Shout out to my good friends at soulpublicradio.com and my new friends, the X Squad affiliates, and the good people at Superlative Media. They do great work. Shout out to friends who love the Nathan Ivey Show. Appreciate you for that. I will support you. I will shout you out. I will post. Okay, you support me, I support you. Okay, we grow every single day. And if you want to support the Nathan Ivey Show, then support the people that sponsor the show, the advertisers that use this platform. Tomorrow, I'm scheduled to be joined by Sandra from SOAC at 8 a.m. approximately. She'll be talking about what they can offer you. And hopefully we will all live long enough, right? Live long enough to get that AARP card. Never know. Life goes real fast. That's tomorrow at 8 a.m. SOAC. Okay? Tomorrow, I also need your Gilligan of the Week nominations. I will need that tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Tell one person about the show. Share it one time on your social media. And if we're not already connected on Twitter, you can find me there. Just do a search for Nathan Ivey. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with more. Hey, put that drone down. No drones. Until next time, I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.